Hi, Aquarius. This is your reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Aquarius out there. All right, you guys, let's get started. So what is happening for my Aquariuses? All right, we have the King of Cups, the Lovers, and the Justice card. I feel like some of you guys, Aquarius, at this time has been focusing on a past connection and how it could have ended. I got here with that Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. You could have really felt, in a way, helpless about how this connection could have gone about. So this was interesting. The King of Wands was upright, and then when I picked it up and I heard this noise, it freaked me out, and I dropped it again, and it came back down right in the reverse. And when I placed it down on the table, it almost felt like that was kind of where it needed to be. So I almost wonder if for some of you guys, you're kind of flip-flopping energetically right now still about this connection or about what has happened here. We have the King of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Let me just move these over. We also have the Temperance card, the Queen of Wands, the Tower, the Five of Swords, oh my goodness, and the Six of Cups. The bottom of the deck. All right, Aquarius, so something that I'm already picking up for some of you guys is right now you're still kind of going through this breakup that you have gone through. Some of you guys might have told yourself, I'm okay, I have this. Because with the King of Cups in the upright, my first thought is, maybe you were able to really withhold your emotions. You're able to kind of feel your emotions. So some of you guys, you're able to process what has kind of happened. But at the same time, there's still this piece of you that still feels like there were things could have been left unsaid, or there's something about this connection where it still took a toll on you. Not only it took a toll on your finances too, because for some of you guys, you could have paid a lot and done a lot, and it's like the way everything just kind of fell apart. Some of you guys, even though you're going to be okay, Aquarius, there's still this piece of you that still wishes that things could have been a little bit different. You wish that things could have ended a little differently. And every once in a while, you think fondly about this person and you think back at this person. And I get this sense that with a lot of you guys is, even though there was a lot of toxicity in this connection or it had its moments, you still thought that, you could still see yourself building with this person. Because we all have negative and positive. And even though I feel like a lot of you guys have seen the negative side of this individual, you still cared for this person. You still loved this person, even though you knew this individual didn't have everything together. And although this person had their own issues, you still could, again, like I said, see you building something with this person. I feel like a lot of you guys, though, maybe you stopped really fighting for the connection. You really stopped trying to put yourself into this connection because in a way, I feel like, I don't know if for some of you guys, you could have been the one that broke up with this person, and for others, this person could have broken up with you, but it does feel like a breakup here. And I think that for some of you guys here with that King of Wands, it feels like it was like you flip-flopped with, yes, I can make this work. No, I can't. Yes, I can make it work. No, I can't. And it's almost like you're kind of coming to this realization, like, what is it that is going to be good for me? Because I think that some of you guys, you're deciding to be more honest with yourself. You're balancing something out in yourself. And what I'm getting here is you're balancing out the disappointment, or you're balancing out what's real from fantasy, you know? Because some of you guys, you had a lot of hopes and dreams, or you could see something with this individual. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys felt like you can build with this person. And I'm getting that a lot of you, this could have been a past connection that you're dealing with that you think about. Or even, I guess you could say you even saw this person as a special individual, because it's like this caused a tower moment. And I feel like you saw this individual as a counterpart here with that Queen of Wands and that King of Wands. But I feel like, again, there could have been a lot of conflict. And even with the tower moment, I feel like for some of you, even when you broke up, it was like it was not... You guys didn't fight like normally how most breakups would go, you know? Not every breakup is negative. And I feel like for some of you guys, that was kind of the case for some of you, was this breakup was not really a mutual thing, but it was like, hey, it could have gotten so much worse than what it was. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like it was just a connection where you guys grew apart, or there was just something there where it's like you knew that both of you were just not fulfilled in this connection, that you guys kind of stopped growing. Things kind of went stale or stagnant. And I'm also kind of just getting that you were aware that this person had a lot of stuff going on in their life. And I think that that's another reason, is you just didn't take it too personally, but there's still a piece of you that still kind of, like I said, looks fondly back to this connection, or there's just a part of you that wishes that it could go differently, you know? And I feel like it still left you feeling heartbroken, you know? It still left you feeling like, wow, I don't know if I can ever really change this, and I also don't know if I really should. So it's like you've made a decision to try and move forward here, Aquarius, but every once in a while you still look back and think, well, what could have happened with this connection? Because even though it, like, you still have feelings and you still feel heartbroken over it, there's a piece of you that feels like you still trusted your intuition. Because I think that you're trying to build your own stability, but you might not know how. So this is kind of an interesting reading so far, energetically. And I don't know if this is going to resonate for every Aquarius, but that's just kind of what it feels like. And even if, say, this did end horribly, so much time has passed that it just didn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? So let's get some clarifiers here. Yeah, I feel like you had a lot of love and a lot of respect for this person, but you just don't know. You had to take a pause, or this person had to take a break. There was some kind of pause in the relationship. The way that you two invested into the connection, though, it felt like some stuff in the connection was missing. And I think that maybe even this person's behavior at times could have been difficult for you to handle. Also, just kind of feels like this connection was a back and forth. For some of you guys, this was a long distance connection, and that's really what I'm getting for a lot of my Aquariuses. This was a long, either like you guys lived from a distance, or it was like you live like an online connection. And it was just, that's what was difficult, is it was like you couldn't see each other all the time. You couldn't do what you wanted to do. And I feel like it was just, that's kind of one of the issues that you both had, was that was a lot of the conflict. And I feel like this person, they had a lot going on with other friends too. They just felt like they didn't have time to have you in their life. And I'm getting to that for a lot of you guys. You know, like I said, there was something missing in this connection, something that felt kind of off. And it was like both of you in this connection were not happy with yourselves emotionally. And you were trying to get some kind of emotional, it's like you were using each other to feel emotionally secure, but you both were not emotionally secure enough. You know what I mean? Like you both weren't really happy within yourselves. So that's kind of where a little bit of that toxicity came into play. But I'm also really getting as well is that you two still seem to like want to work things out. But I felt like a lot of you felt very trapped, Aquarius, because of the circumstances that were surrounding this connection. I'm getting it wasn't necessarily the person, but more or less the circumstances. And for a lot of you guys, again, with that 10 of Pentacles, this person that you were dealing with here, they did have a lot of love for you, but again, they had a lot going on in their own life that you felt like you couldn't really help them with, you know? Maybe you wanted to be there for them to support them, but again, I feel like for some of you, this was an online connection, or it's like you couldn't see them as physically as much as you would like, so you just couldn't give them the love and the support that they needed. But I feel like you saw this person as a soulmate or somebody that you could potentially have a future with, you know? And I'm getting that that's kind of what was so saddened by this was you had to learn to, like, you can only give so much with this person due to the circumstances, because you felt like you wanted to give more in the connection, Aquarius. But again, I'm just getting like it would be difficult if you were, say, separated in a long term online or doing something. I'm just getting like a long distance connection here. And that's what was really, it just left both of you feeling saddened by it, because, you know, you wish, like this person wished that they were closer to you. You wish you were closer to them. But it was like you both had this reciprocation, but at the same time, it was like maybe this wasn't meant to be. And I feel like you guys, you both just decided not to really fight it. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you know, it's like you knew that both of you were going in two separate directions. It's like somebody wanted to do something different with their life and the other one wanted to do something different. And you didn't see how this could go about or how this could connect. And that's what I was thinking. It was like something to do with that foundation in the connection itself. A lot of you guys, you had to be honest with yourselves and honest with the other person. And even though that was difficult for some of you guys, you felt very defensive, maybe even with the breakup or even the way it could have gone down, because you were afraid to let this individual go. And it's interesting because for some of you guys, it's not just because you put in a lot of the work, it's also because you really enjoyed your time with this individual. And I think that was what was really hard, is because you put a lot of time and effort into getting to know this person. And I feel like in the end, you almost get this sense that like, with this person, they had a lot going on in their life. They had a lot of people in their life that they maybe complained about. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what's going on in my life and my family life. And it's like you felt like you had to be that emotional support there, Aquarius, or they felt like they had to do that with you, right? The roles can be reversed. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it was like this was just too much for this person. They had a lot going on, and it's like, I feel like in a way you just kind of saw it, like, I'm getting that a lot of you guys sensed that this breakup was happening. Like you sensed that it was coming, because it was like, again, you couldn't put in the effort that you wanted to. This person and you maybe always wondered, and you maybe, this is another thing I'm getting to, they always asked you, where is this connection going? Where is this connection going? What are we going to do? You know, I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to have a stability, I want to have a family, I want to have all these other things. So it's almost like this person wanted one thing and maybe you wanted another thing. And not only that, but again, it's something about their home life or your home life, or both of you. It's like you both were going through a lot at the time that you were together, and maybe that was something that you bonded over, was, oh my gosh, this person has a screwed up childhood like me, or you know what I mean? Like there's something here where you bonded with this person, and I feel like that's another thing that really left you feeling really stuck in this connection, was because you really bonded with this individual. And you know, you still have really a lot of feelings for this person, but you had to make that decision. And I feel like you both kind of had to, you both kind of ended it in a way and maybe walked away from this connection because of that. And I feel like this was just, you two talked about it. You spoke your truth about this connection. But again, there's just this sense of feeling stuck, feeling trapped, and It's just this difficulty that you guys have dealt with because you care about this person and you want this person to be happy, but you feel like you had to move forward. So let's see here. What is this other person? What was their thoughts and feelings towards my Aquarius? See, they felt kind of stuck. They could have kept things from you. Now, I don't think that they were necessarily like cheating, but I felt like they were keeping some of the stuff that they were going through inside of themselves. This person felt very burdened in their regular everyday life. So they didn't want to burden you with it. They felt like they couldn't put in the work that they wanted to in this connection. They did have feelings here, Aquarius, but I am getting this back and forth energy here where this person's like, I don't know if I can really start something with you because even though I want to work this out, even though I feel some of this pain and this hurt, I have to listen to myself and I have to build what I need to build in order to move forward. And I feel like this person was all up in their head and they really weren't ready to necessarily let this go, but I felt like they had to in some way. So this person could have been the one that broke up with you. But whatever this was, this individual came down to a final decision. So this person with that Empress card here, I'm getting that sense that they were really trying to build themselves up. And I think the way that they came about it if they did break up with you, Aquarius, I felt like they tried to do it in the way where they maybe tried to come at it like an Empress, where they tried to make it a fair, just thing. But I felt like the situation itself felt unfair, you know? They were really holding on to this. They were holding on to not being able to constantly talk to you about something. And I feel like they felt like they had to walk on eggshells around you because, again, there's some kind of depression that this person's going through. And this individual, too, they realized something is this connection couldn't make them happy because I feel like what was going on in their life at this time was something that they didn't know how to communicate. I almost want to cry. I felt like this person wanted to cry. Because they themselves, they felt like they were, they felt trapped. And they felt like they had to move forward in their life. But they could have moved forward in this connection with you, like breaking up or moving forward, because there is this piece of them that knew that they couldn't use you as a crutch, you know? I think they saw that. I feel like you two were more healthier than most people. Or at least, like, you know what I mean? Like, this didn't seem like such a bad... I don't know how let me know in the comments or something if this resonates, because I don't know if this is going to resonate for every Aquarius, but I feel like this individual, man, they went through so much right now. They're going through a lot, and this hurt them to break up with you, or this hurt them to leave the connection, but I think they felt like they had no choice because they didn't want to drag you down, and they also didn't want to, they also knew that they weren't telling you everything about their life, everything that was happening in their life, because they didn't want to feel judged, you know? This person, they've always felt abandoned and alone growing up, and they've always felt like they were never enough. And every time that they were around you, it's almost like somehow you brought up some of those insecurities, and maybe they would tiptoe around it, or they would never want to address it. You know, they never wanted to heal it. And it's like, because there's something that inside of themselves that they are holding on to. And again, I kept sensing like they chose a direction because a part of them knew that they can't hope and wait for something to come. So I feel like whatever this is, this person, they had a lot of their own issues that they were holding inside that they just didn't tell you. And it's nothing against you, because I feel like this person, it's not like they were like, yeah, I don't want to tell Aquarius. I feel like I'm getting shame. They felt shame and they didn't want to tell you some of their own issues. And because of that, they knew that you deserved better than that, and they didn't want to drag you down. And again, I keep sensing too, like for some of you guys, maybe the way you made this person feel, they felt like they couldn't be 100% honest with you either. So again, this person, they kept to themselves. They felt like they couldn't really, they felt like the odds were stacked against them from the start in this connection in a way, because of the circumstances, because of like, maybe their work life or where they live or whatever this is, it kind of impeded on this connection. And I think that they even said that to you guys, like, oh, this is just too much to go back and forth. I can't do this. And it's like this person could have told you that, but I feel like they held back a lot from you. They probably didn't tell you everything they really felt inside. And I think that you sensed that a bit within them. And I think that's one of the reasons that for some of my Aquariuses, that's why it could be a little difficult for you to move forward, is because you felt that way too. You sensed that, you sensed that they didn't tell you everything. You sense that there were more to this story than that meets the eye. And I feel like it has a lot to do with their growing up in their family life. I feel like as well too, you or this person, I feel like both of you could be alcoholics. Whoa, I almost said alcoholics. Workaholics. One of you or both could have been an alcoholic. Who knows? But work could have really been a factor in this, and just discovery. I feel like both of you were trying to figure out who each other were, This person was trying to figure out what they wanted, who they are, and you were doing the same. And I feel like this connection just kind of got the better of the both of you, because again, I kept getting that impasse. There's something external from the both of you that kept this connection from really thriving, And I think that that's something else was involved, and I feel like that's kind of why I think this individual was going through a lot at this time, and they didn't want to drag you down because they knew you were going through a lot too, right? So we also have passion, growth, and victim. So I feel like this person and you both had a lot of passion for each other, or you both found a lot of things that you had in common with one another. Maybe you guys shared similar passions. And I think that for a lot of you guys, this connection has helped both of you guys grow. But at the same time, I feel like you both felt like a victim in this connection because of the circumstances surrounding this connection. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you both had faith with one another. You both wanted to have this strong connection with one another, but you had to grieve the loss of this. And I feel like it has a lot this is going to bring both of you guys in the long run. Both of you guys are going to be impacted forever in this connection. Like, you both are never going to be the same again. And that's kind of really what I'm getting with this connection here. So I feel like for a lot of my Aquariuses, I just wanted to kind of say, like, if you were the one that got broken up with, I feel like it really wasn't necessarily you. I really am getting that this person, they had a lot going on with their family. They had a lot going on with their job. And they had a lot going on with even their friends around them. There was just a lot going on in this individual's life, and they just didn't feel like they were ready to open up to you entirely about it. They didn't feel like they were ready to really share with you their deepest, darkest secrets. I think there was a lot of things hidden behind the scenes that this person just didn't indulge and just didn't tell you. And it's not because they didn't trust you, but I think it was more or less they just didn't want you to see them in a different way. They wanted you to see them the way that they saw that you saw them, right? So if they would have told you, hey, this is what's going on in my childhood, or hey, this is what's going on in my life right now, they were afraid that you were going to look down on them, or they were afraid that you were going to see them differently. And this person didn't want you to look at them in a bad way. And so because of that, this person just decided, I care about you a lot, but I don't know if I'm ready for a committed relationship. And that's really what I'm getting with this connection. So I feel like this is like a bittersweet connection in a way, where it could have gotten a lot worse. I feel like, than what it was, but it also could have been a lot better, you know, like you had your good times, but you had your bad times with this person. And so that's really what I'm getting here. It's like both of you just felt like I just kind of get the sense that this person just didn't really feel like they were ready in themselves to truly be honest and truly open up, because they personally, they felt like they never had support in their life, and they didn't want to burden you with their issues. And so this person, they spent a lot of their time dealing with other things, trying to cope with it, because it's almost like this person was taught at a young age to not rely on anyone but themselves, and that's really what I'm getting here. So hopefully this gives some of my Aquariuses some kind of closure or some kind of issue if you're dealing with this individual, if this is your story. So that's what I have for you guys. I wish you guys the bestest of luck. I hope my Aquariuses have a great and wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.